Welcome, everyone, to our live stream today. Merry Christmas to you. I guess it's not too early in the month to say Merry Christmas to you. Today, we're excited. We do this every year. And the reason we do it every year is because sometimes a few things change. We're going to talk about putting your Christmas list together. Now, what we do with a Christmas list, you could do with anything during the course of the year. You have a golf tournament coming up or whatever the case may be. You can use the same process that we're going to be showing you today. But today, it's all about Christmas. So putting that list together. Now, what we've seen over the course of the years is everybody submitting their lists and stuff like that. We're going to show you an easy way, take the stress and pressure off, so that you can get those Christmas lists ready to go and send out whatever it is you're going to send out. So today, let's see here. We've got myself and Jared. Jared's my co-host, and he's going to be checking the comments. So if you have any comments, questions, concerns, want to wish us Merry Christmas, whatever, throw it in the comments area.
Yep.
We are live on, what are we live on, Jared? Facebook? No, we're not on Facebook.
We're live on LinkedIn and YouTube right now.
LinkedIn
Yep.
and YouTube. Yes,
Yep.
right. And we'll post this after the fact. We'll post this on Facebook as well for those who maybe have missed it. But let's see here. Okay. All right. So, Jared, we've been doing this. We've been doing this particular one for a couple of years. This same list, and I think we run into this every year. People, because they do it once a year, and then okay, how do we do that again? What's the best way to do this? Right?
Well, yeah, a lot of people there, don't have a dedicated marketing person. That's all they do all day long. So it's usually goes upon one other individual to put out some, Christmas list that people can, touch base and say, hey, our hours are this or that, or, happy holidays from us here at our company. And, just a little touch base with the customers is always an important part this time of year, right? Just to let
Absolutely.
them know they're thought about. So,
Absolutely. And even if it's like a Christmas newsletter, hey, this is what we, whatever.
Yeah.
It could be just a Christmas card, or it could be a gift that you're sending, doesn't matter. We're going to show you a couple of different things today. But the idea is to be able to have this list that you're going to send out to and send something to somebody and to this list. And so let's without any further ado, let's rip over to the other side and we'll have a look in how this works. All right. So here we are in our demo database. So this is a demo database, our sales rep demo database. We've got 202 fictitious contacts in here, and we're going to show you how to create some groups. So how ACT works is you can call them lists. In ACT, they call them groups. It's the same thing. So if we go to groups, you'll see that I've got a bunch of groups in this demo database, and I have a group called Christmas, and then I've got some subgroups in here where I've got cards, not so fancy. I've got mailing cards, fancy, and then I've got gifts. We're going to add another one to this. In Canada, at least, we have a postal strike going on. U.S., I don't think you have a postal strike down there, but up here we have a postal strike going on. So you're limited not to mailing this year. You're limited to, at least at this point, you're limited to courier or email send outs, that kind of thing. So first of all, I'll just touch base on this, the two types of groups that you can create, and then I'm going to show you how to create groups. So the first one is I've got one here called gifts. And I'm just going to pop into this add remove context from this group list. And there's two types of memberships to a group. You've either got a static membership. This is manually adding people to a group or manually removing them from the group. Now, the gifts one is actually a good one to show the manual moving in and out. The other one is called dynamic membership, where you're using field criteria to move people inside or outside of the group based on field criteria, matching the field criteria. So in this particular case, these static members, I'm just going to click on contacts, and basically you have the list, your whole database list on the left-hand side, and on your right-hand side is where you can add people in. So you can add them in manually. So I'm putting my list, my gift list together, and maybe I'm spending making some financial decisions here of, what my budget is and how many people I can send out to. But let's just say, um, Christine Miller, the Millers here are only going to get one Christmas gift, so I'm going to take Christine out of there, and I want to add one more person in. Let's say Barry Albert or Albert Barry here. Add Barry in. So I'm adding in or removing from this list manually. So that's one. And the only reason you would use this for is if there's no free field criteria for you to use to be able to shift people in and out of that particular group. And in this case, because it's gifts, it's like, yeah, I like this guy, I don't like this guy. You're adding people to the group, or maybe they're key people. In some cases, with financial advisors, for an example, they may have segmentation, and maybe their AAA clients are all going to get a gift, where that now you're actually using field criteria. But in this case, sales rep, maybe I don't have segmentation and I'm kind of just winging it. So that's how that particular one works. Now, to add a group to the list here, you can right mouse click over any one of these. I'm just going to right mouse click over Christmas, and a new group creates a master group, which would be the ones in the main list here. Anything that's below a specific group is called a subgroup. So under Christmas, I'm going to create a subgroup. So now this subgroup is going to be called eCards. Oops. Can't spell. eCards. There we are. And then I'm just going to press the little save button here, and that'll put it under there. So eCards. So now I'm going to go over to add, remove contacts. And we're not going to use the manual or the static way of doing it. We're going to use the dynamic way of adding people to this group. So we're going to edit the criteria, and this is where now we can choose what fields we want to use. Now, because this is an email blast that we're going to send out, first thing we want to do is only have those people who have email addresses. So we're going to go down here, and we're going to search for email, and I'm going to click on email. And I'll have to choose from one of these operators, and each operator has different functionality. But I want to say contains data, means there's something in the email address. Now, it may be typed in there wrong, which could be an issue. But in most cases, if you're diligent in typing in your email addresses, you should be fine. So contains data. Add to list. Let's just see how many we have. I'll click on the preview here. So we've got 115 out of 200, and I think it was 4 or 5 that actually have email addresses. So that's a good start. Now, what we want to do is we want to send this off to all of our customers. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to ID status. I can just press the I button just to jump down to ID status. And now I can do contains customer, or I can go equal to, and then choose my drop-down list, and I'm going to choose customer, add to list. So now I've got 2 field criteria that I'm choosing from. And this is called syntax. We're creating a syntax for this to be able to search through. So I'm going to go preview now, and we're down to only 8 users that are customers. Man, this database is pretty sad that we only got 8 customers. Maybe we have, let's see if we have, let's bring in prospects too, just to mix things up. What's that, Jer?
Hope they're big clients. Hope they spend a lot.
Hope they're big
It'd be hard
clients
to survive
too.
without only 8 clients.
Yeah, we only have 8 clients.
It's just showing you how this works.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, they're really big clients. Okay, so let's use ID status again, and this is important. So this actually works out good. So we're going to use ID status again, and we're going to go equals to, and let's choose from our list here. Now we got a ton of different things that we can use. Let's use prospect, and then we're going to add that to the list. Now, this is something you need to be aware of if you're using the same field twice. And remember, we're recording this, so you can come back here and go, okay, how did he do that again? If they're separate fields, you can just go equals to this, and. But when you're using the same field twice, you need to put a bracket around this, around the beginning and the end of it, and change it to or. So it's customer or prospect. Does that make sense? It needs to be one or the other. So this is where you'd use or, and you only do the brackets and the or if it's the same field. So for an example, if I was we live in Alberta, Canada. And in this province, maybe I want to invite people from Edmonton, Calgary, Lethbridge, Medicine Hat, and may have four of these just saying city. I just want to focus on those particular cities, and I could use this field criteria with the or. So it'd be Calgary or Edmonton or Medicine Hat or Lethbridge. I can just go and put as many in these brackets as I would like. So let's preview now. We have 8. Let's see what we got. Now we've got 35. We got prospects and customers. So now I think that's good enough. We'll stay right there. We'll press OK. We'll press OK. And now we've got people populated into this. They all have email addresses, as you can see here. And these are both a combination of customers and prospects. So the first step is all done. We have our list ready to go. And again, you can have whatever kind of list that you want, but this is the basic criteria of setting it up for, in this case, sending out an email blast for Christmas. Now, the next thing we want to do, even though there's a postal strike here in Canada in this December 2024, I'm still going to show you how to create labels, because you still might want to courier a gift or something off to somebody, because that's the only way to get them to him. So once you've got your list together, I'm going to look up the list, and this is this little magnifying glass right here. So I've got it highlighted, the eCard list, and I'm going to go and do a lookup. There's my 31 people, and now I'm going to take the next step. But now, before I do that, Jared, is there any questions or comments before I move along?
Yeah, no particular questions. The only comment I'd say is, yeah, the nice part about this, it being dynamic like this. If you add a bunch more people throughout the year, it'll populate. So you set this up this year, you're good for the next 5 forever, as long as you have the field set up how you want, which is like prospect and customer, which is kind of annoying. But after you have that set up how you want, it'll just continue to populate, and you'll be ready for next year. So it's just, a lot of this is just how you set it up, and then you're good to go for years to come. Which is nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And what some people do, they'll actually put field criteria. Like I know a couple of clients we've helped out, and we have a little marketing tab, and in that tab it'll say Christmas, and it's just a checkbox. So does this person get a Christmas card? Check. Oh, did they get a Christmas gift? Check. And then that way, during the course of the year, like Jared said, it's automatically populating that list.
Yes,
So
you don't have to
when
update it.
Christmas comes, or whatever event that you're going to have comes, you're ready to go. You don't have to go and sift through your database, right, Jared?
Yep. Nope. Save you some time. It's just like a lot of things, you set it up right, and you save you a bunch of time later on throughout the year, which is what we want.
Exactly. And if in your organization, if you've got different salespeople, or if you're a financial advisor, you get different advisors, and the advisors can go through, or the salespeople can go through, or anybody can go through, maybe that they're responsible for specific contacts in the database. They can go through and automatically update, who's getting what over the course of the year, whether it's golf, or, like, for an example, we'll check off that, hey, this person's going to get some e-marketing blasts. We check it off, and maybe there's 3 or 4 people in the organization that are going to get those, as opposed to just the main person. So again, you be flexible, but if you do the dynamic one, it's ready to go when the event, whatever that event is, and in this case, Christmas, you're ready to rock and roll. All right. So now that I've done this, now what we want to do is print some labels off. So I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go to Print. And in here, this has got a bunch of stuff in here. It's got address books, calendars you can do. What we're looking for is the labels. So if I click on labels, it's going to have some different Avery labels. Now, there's a lot of labels out there other than Avery's. And so when you buy any labels, you'll want to go and check to see what Avery label they're compatible with. So I'm going to use a 15160. That's a pretty common label. Now, this label can be used on an envelope. This label could be used on a package. So whether you're doing a mailing out, or whether you're doing a courier out, you can use the same label. And then they have different labels. You'll have to check on the Avery labels. Some are bigger labels for bigger packages that maybe you're wanting to send out and you want a bigger deal. But we're going to just do the 5160. And I'm going to go Print. it's going to say, okay, what are we printing off? Current lookup here. So that's this 31 people. And then now, again, it's a demo database, so it may not have some addresses in there properly. Yeah, it's okay. But this is the one we're going to send the email blast off. But I'm going to actually use this also just to show this particular one. And then I'm going to preview it before I print it. So I can print this. I can do a rich text file, HTML file, PDF, text file, printer, or email. So when I'm ready to print, I just put the label in the printer and then change this from preview to print. But I'm going to do preview so you can see it. Press OK. And voila, there's our labels. And we'll just zoom in here. So you can see a couple of these I don't have addresses, but you can see it does the labels off. Put your thing in the printer, and then just go print again, and then you're ready to print that off up at the top. So that's when you go to the preview screen, you don't have to go back. You can just click on the print button. It'll recognize your printer. Press OK, and Bob's your uncle. This is going to print off those labels for you. Any questions on that, Jared?
Nope, no questions. Yeah, a lot of those the printing labels. Yeah, when you go pick up the box at your office, whatever office supplies store, they'll have a lot of those numbers on the top. So you just have to look for that. And if you have something in the office, just look to see what number it is, and you can check that off.
Yep,
We do have one
absolutely.
comment.
Yep.
Susan Kellett had said, "How do we print just one page at a time?"
Oh, good question. Good
Yeah.
question. All right, let's go over here to File, Print, and we'll go Labels, and we'll go Print. So now this one we're going to do a preview. We're going to kind of just follow through the steps here. We're going to press OK. So there's our list, and you can see here we've got how many pages we've got.
Just
Well, we
two,
only
is
have
that?
2 pages, but let's just say we want to print the
Just
second
one.
page because there's only one. There's only
Yeah.
one on it. Okay, so let's pretend we're going to do that. So I'm going to go print, and then what you do is where it says print range, just go in and change this to page 2. And that
Yeah, or
will
it could be a
only
few
print
pages.
the
Yeah.
second page off.
Mhm.
Or if you want just one page, you can print. You have to choose which one you want to put. Let's see what selection does. Selection doesn't tell me anything. Yeah, this is the one that I usually use. So I'll say page 1 or
Mhm.
page 2 or page 3, and then it will just print that particular page. Susan, I hope that answers your question. That's usually how most people will do it. We'll just use the
Mhm.
print range.
Yeah, it doesn't have a
And
current page like some stuff does, but you can just
yeah,
pick the page number you want, which
yeah,
is nice.
exactly. And there's another thing too that you can do. So let's say you've already printed a few things off in the label. Um, let's see here. If I go back to print, print, file, print, labels, 5160, print OK. So when you get to this section here, you can also choose position. So I could actually start this. You've got rows and columns. So I could say on roll 3, column 1 or column 2, press OK. And you'll see here that this will it'll actually change this a little bit, right? And then I can, because these labels were already printed off, and you can do that as well. So I see Susan's got that box option did not populate for me. Okay, so that maybe there's a support thing that we need to do with you on that particular issue. If it's not showing up, let's just go through this one more time really quick. Actually, we'll touch base with you offline, Susan, on that one, just so we can carry on. So
Yeah, it might
we'll
just be on the wrong page or something, or the
yeah,
list thing isn't.
something's goofy a little
Sometimes
bit.
it's weird. Oh, I see
Okay.
what's been available. We'll get that sorted out for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Might just be the printer's not connected, or who knows.
Something,
There's
yeah,
always little
something.
things that can cause problems. Sadly.
Yeah. We'll reach out
Yep.
to you after
Yep. Oh
on
yeah, we
that
gotta
one.
take care of.
All right. So the next thing we're going to do is, so now we've got labels. We're able to print labels off and get that information out. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use marketing automation to send these eCards out. So again, you would go to your group, make sure everything is all set up, which we already have. Now, I don't have to look up the group in order to do the Act Marketing Automation. All I have to do is have the group set up and ready to go. And if you're going to do eCards, like from email blasts, here's one more thing that I would do for this particular group. So when you go into add remove contacts into this group, you've got a bunch of people in here, but maybe you want to have this come to your email to you, so you make sure you see it as well. Or maybe there's a few people in your office that you want to see. Go up to the manual or the static one and go and add yourself. So I'm going to type in here Robillard, and I'll add me in there, and maybe there's a couple. There's Jared. I'll add Jared in there. All right. So now what I've got is I've got Jared and Gary. We're going to get this, so when the blast goes out, we'll also get it, so we can double check that that it's gone out. So we're part of the list. And this is a best practice for any e-marketing stuff. Is here's the list of people are going to get, but add yourself to it as well, or maybe other people that may want to see this, and then you're off to the races. So press OK. So that's all I need to do there. I don't have to look them up or anything. Now we're going to go into marketing automation. And I'm going to get a notification pop up here, I think. Yes. All right. So for some of you, this has already been taken care of. This is letting you know that Act Connect link is no longer going to be available at the beginning of January. So at the end of December 31st, it's going to be disconnected. I have a video that I did up yesterday, which we will attach in the subject line of this particular live stream, which describes all of this, what you can do, what it affects, all of that good stuff. Some of you, I know we've already taken care of. We've already managed that. But some of you may not have this taken care of. And I just want to show you that you're going to go, when you go into Act Marketing Automation, you may get this unless it's been changed. So watch for the video. We'll be sending an email out later today as well that describes it. And then, just if you need any assistance with that, just let us know. So I'm just going to go click continue. All right. So the first thing you want to do is you want to create a template. Now you can just go right into campaign and create a campaign for yourself to send out your email blast. But I always recommend setting up a template. And then that way you can use it year after year. You can make adjustments to it, content, maybe some graphics, but you've got something to work with. And a template is just that. It's a structure that you start with. The campaign is what actually gets sent out, but the template is just a framework that you can use over and over and over again. So if I go to email templates, I've got a few already in here, and you can see I've got some of these. And I'll just mention now, these 3 templates, if you want them, let me know. I will send these to you, and then that will save you going and creating them. And I'll show you in a few minutes. But we're going to start one from scratch here and kind of just walk you through creating a template. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go Actions, New Template. And it may be a little slow just because we're doing a live stream here at the same time as we're doing this, and this is going through the internet. So could be a little slow, which it is. And so you've got what you want to choose from this is you don't want to use the WYSIWYG one. That's what you see, what you get. That's an HTML one. You're going to want to use the blank drag and drop. Now, there are some Christmas ones in here. You can probably do a search for Christmas. But I'm going to start from scratch. So we're going to go continue. We're going to give this a name. We'll just go ZZZ test email.
Yeah, the only reason Gary's doing ZZZ is just to find it easier. You don't need to put letters at the beginning, but that's just one way. If you were like, okay, I'm going to put all my marketing stuff, I'm going to do ZZZ, then type the title, then that's just a good way for you to find your marketing stuff faster. So that's just a sort of a filing tip that you could do to find stuff quicker for you if you do lots of email templates, for example.
Exactly. And these are ones that we use as tests. So I put ZZZ in as a test. Or templates, but typically you're going to name them properly. I've just used these so I can quickly, anything that I'm doing internally or testing or maybe they're templates, I'll do ZZZ just so I can find them quicker, because sometimes you might forget what the name is. So I'm gonna put this up like this, and then I'm going to press save. and then it's going to open it up. And here we go. It's blank. There's nothing in here yet. So we're going to dress this up a little bit. We're not going to take a ton of time. I don't want to take up a lot of your time on this. For those of you who may already know this, but I'm just going to do a couple of tips and tricks and show you how you can run this. First of all, when you go in here, go into settings and change the width. Default is 500 pixels. Change it to a minimum of 60 pixels, and you can go a little wider. Like if people are going to be opening this up on their phones, you don't want to go too much wider than maybe 650. I'm going to sneeze here in a sec. Oh, I can just feel it coming on.
Cold season gets us all.
So now... So once you've got this set up, I'm going to do this fairly basic, but once you've got the settings set up, and in settings, you can choose the width, alignment, color palette, that sort of stuff. So if I want a different color palette, I can have like green or whatever I want on there. And then you have roles that you can put in here. So maybe I'm going to have a picture and some text, or text and a picture, and you've got different ways that you can drag these in. So maybe I've got here, drag and drop something at the top. Maybe I want an image at the top. So I'm going to put another one here, and then I'm going to go to content, and I want to put an image at the very top. So I'm going to drag the image. So under content, you have a ton of stuff. You've got image, you've got title, paragraph, list, image, button. Now, spacers, all sorts of different things. Now, Jared, when you do the animation, we have in here GIF. And you've been doing a lot of GIFs that you've been putting into the ones we've sent out. You don't use the GIF. You actually use a what?
Oh, I use software called Canva to make a GIF.
Okay.
And then you just make kind of the animation and export it as a GIF. And in email, it's just a shortened little video file that kind of, you've all seen GIFs, right? Before, I'm sure you share it with each other and stuff, but you can make your own custom ones sometimes, and it spices up your email. For example, in Canva, or they got other one, they got Adobe Express. They got
and in the new year,
kind
I
of
think, or maybe even this year, Jared's going to do a live stream, or maybe a recording, I'm not sure, on how to do a GIF in Canva, because he's actually really good at it. So when you do that, because you do that, I don't do that. Do you drag it in as an image?
Yeah, I put it in as an image. I don't drag in as a GIF, and then I just upload the GIF like I would upload a image file. Like if it was some sort of Corelogix document or Corelogix image, I would upload it like it's an image, but it shows up as a GIF.
Yeah, and these GIFs here, these GIFs down at the bottom, these are preset ones. You can't add to those, and that's the limitation. So if you wanted personalized GIFs, you have to create them and then import them in as an image and then pull them in, as opposed to using this Giphy here. This Giphy is just, standards. Like I'll drag this one down, put it right here. And if I go, these are preset. You can pull in like Christmas and stuff, but these are all preset ones powered by Giphy,
which is it's a very powerful GIF storage generator thing that I'm sure you guys have used it before, but it's Canva we had a question from if Canva was a subscription app. It is. Yeah, it's sort of, there is a free app though. You can do a lot of stuff, but like a lot of stuff, it's the Pro has more features. Canva does have a free option though. A lot of them do. They're just more limited.
And it's good to start off with the free one, and then once you say, hey, okay, this will work for me, then go ahead and do the subscription. I believe. What did we pay? $150 a year, Jared, for
the Canva Pro, but you can do it. Has all sorts of marketing work stuff. It's it all depends on what type of stuff you want to do with your company, but it has a lot of resources. If you want to use it to spice up things, or even just plan stuff, you can do e-marketing on there and plan calendar.
We can get into that at another time. Then
another time.
So what we're going to do is, I just want to show you. I put this Giphy in here. You can actually show comments. You can delete or you can duplicate. I'm just going to delete this one. Now I'm going to go up here, and so I'm going to set this up. So that's where an image is going to go. I want to actually add in some text. Maybe I want to add a title in here. Maybe I want to add a paragraph or just text. There's different functionalities with paragraphs and text, but in this case, I'm just going to put a paragraph in here. And
And
then,
just to clarify, this is all just this is in Act Marketing Automation. All of you can see this. This is not a special
no,
add-on we've done. This is just all.
no.
If you have Act, you should be able to go in here and get this stuff. Obviously, Canva that I mentioned before, we're not showing that, but that's something that's not with Act. But all this stuff you can do yourself with
Yeah.
your Act subscription, which
And
is nice.
everything's drag and drop. So you go into the content, whatever you want, spacers, whatever, text, and then you just drag it and put it in here. So the text box, I'm not going to put anything in here, but this is where you would type in. And in this case, if it's a template, you may just have I'm a new paragraph block. And I want to change this. I want to make sure, okay, the color is black on that. Maybe I want the font size a little bigger than that. I want it at 16. So you can set that up versus a text, and I'll put text underneath the video. So in this text here, it actually pulls up a flyout, which is a little bit different. The nice thing about the text block is I can increase the image of just a word, change the color of a word. We're typically on this, if you change the font size, you're doing it over here, so everything changes. So you'll have to experiment which ones what will work best for you. And in this one, it usually puts a gray, so you'll want to actually go in here and say, okay, I want black. And I also want this to be, 16 point as well. So these are placeholders. So you can set your template up, put your signature at the bottom with your logo, all of that good stuff. And then it's a matter of just, okay, I want to put an image in there. So I'm going to click on Browse. And you can upload your own image. Maybe you've played around with Canva, like Jared said, and you've got some stuff in there, or maybe you want to
Something from the
maybe you
website
don't
or
have anything, you don't
wherever.
have that creative ability, and you want to add stuff. You can go search for free photos, and then just type in what you want. So Christmas, and then it's going to bring up some Christmas stuff, and you can edit this. So you can see I got a ton in here. And in this case, because it's a banner at the top, you want something that you can actually create a banner. So let's take this particular one here. We'll import that. And then I'm going to insert that. Now that's really big, so I want to scooch this up a little bit. So I'm going to click in here, and I'm going to, let's see here, apply effects. So pulls it in. Now I want to crop it. I'm just going to bring this down a little bit. Something like that. Save. And it didn't save. Let's go back in here.
Yeah, sometimes the effects parts on the images
Yeah.
lags a little bit, but
Yeah.
you can also just change the size of it with
Yeah. Typically,
top
we
part.
don't. Let's try apply here. There we go. And then save. That's why I don't
Oh, you
usually
didn't
use
pick
this. We
apply.
use other graphic software to do ours. But there you go. Now you've got a header in there. You can put a title block in here. You put your text in here. Video. Now there's two types of videos you can put in here. You can also just do a link to a video, which you can use any kind of online video product that you want to use. But when you use the video one like this, you're limited to YouTube and Vimeo. So if I wanted to put a YouTube image in here, let me just go find one really quick.
But yeah, they're usually pretty easy to use. Like YouTube, you can create your own free sort of channel and then upload your stuff, make it private, and then put it in as a link, let's say for your email blast. So that stuff is free. It's one of the easiest platforms to share videos and stuff. So that's probably most likely why Act only has those two as the options that you can do for sharing of videos. But maybe in the future, they'll change that, hopefully.
Just hang on here.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, usually, and so the URL is just sort of the website location. So if you're ever on like a video that you like, and you just go to the top bar, you can just copy and paste sort of the email address from the top in, and it should populate to that video, which is great. So if you had some sort of client or customer you wanted to help promote their products, you could just go to their website or a video that they had, copy and paste that.
So I
in
just
there
did
and-
that now.
yeah.
You can see I just copied the URL, and then I just click out of that. Let's see if this loads. It's not loading the image for whatever reason. Let's give me a sec here.
Hmm.
Share, copy. Actually, what I'll do is I'll copy this address better. This is a better address. Sometimes you have to muck around to get the proper address. There we go. There we go. So this one is a winter cafe music, and then people can just click on that. It'll take them to YouTube, and then they can listen to the music. So maybe this is your little festive thing that you're sending out to them to listen. We usually do a video or music or something that we put into ours, and then away you go. And then once you've done that, you press save, and you can go press save as you're going through to make sure it's all set up. And then the last couple of things you need to do is go into here under actions, go to properties. Now, you're not going to do the properties in here because this is just a template. And you could just have the image placeholders there and just leave it like that. So I'm just going to leave it just the way it is. And then what we're going to do, so I saved this. I'm going to go out of here, return, and now I'm going to do a campaign. So we're going to show you how to do the campaign now to send out this Christmas email. So I got my template, whether I've created it or used one of the ones that we're going to show you here. Actually, I'll show you before I go to the campaign. I'm going to show you the templates which you can have access to, and I'll show you how to. Actually, no, I'll do it at the end because I need to show you how to import them if you do want one. Save you a little bit of time. I've already sent a couple out already. For a couple people already. Okay, campaign. So I'm going to do a new campaign, and I'm going to do a blank campaign. Go continue. I'm going to give it a name. So this is going to be called Test Christmas Demo. All right, and so I don't really need to change anything else in here. I'm just going to go continue. I've given it a name. Now it's going to say, well, what list or group? You can see they use the term group and list together here. So I want to use my Christmas.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that's Christmas. That was it's called eCards. Now, that's one of the things I didn't like about this. And we've actually asked ACT to make some changes. So you have to know what the group name is. It doesn't use the hierarchical view that you've seen when you set it up. But there's our eCards. And so I would actually name this Christmas eCards just so you could find it easier, right? So that's a little tip, pro tip, that you want to make sure that you name it properly when you're going to pull it in, just so you can find the list. And then it's going to be sent from me. I could say, okay, this is going to go from my email address, but maybe any replies are going to go to Jared.
Yeah, or if you have an assistant or somebody you want to reply to certain things, it doesn't have to always go all the way to you every time. So
no. And you could have it come from one of the things that when you're having it sent off, you don't want to have it coming from info or sales. Those things seem to get snagged by spam protection software on servers. So you want to have it with something that makes sense to go out there. So you can make those changes. Email server, Corelogix.ca. I have two. I've got a robolar.net one as well. Most people will just have the one. There's an extra price if you do want to have more than one email domain to be able to send off to. So now I'm going to go create. I should have some Christmas music going on, Jared.
Oh, we missed opportunity, I guess.
Missed opportunity. All right, so it pops up. You've got a start, you have an end, and then you have the email that's going out. Pretty much keep it pretty simple. You can go into more complex stuff depending upon what version of the ACT marketing automation you have. If you have the basics, this is really where you want to be. So we're going to edit the email content. Press go. It's going to come up with a basic template. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to import the template that we created. So this is the basic template. I'm just going to go over here to actions. I'm going to import a template, import my template. And I'm just going to go over here to ZZ. And then here's all the different ones that we have. So this is the test one that I did. I can also pull in these other ones that I've got, but I'll show you how to do those. I'll jump back to the template and show you how to do that. So I'm going to import this. So now I'm creating my campaign that's actually going to go out. I've pulled in my template that I've got. There we go. It's ready to rock. And then the only thing you want to do is go into properties. You're going to do several things. You're going to first call this. So this would be Christmas test demo 2024. So I'll delete this later.
And that's just an internal name. It's not something the customer will see. So it's whatever
Exactly.
you want to call it.
So the subject line, this is where you're going to want to make it personal. So you're going to go hello or hi or whatever. And I'm going to go into my merge codes, and I'm going to go way down at the bottom, and I'm going to choose salutation. So now, and it puts a double space in there for whatever reason. So I'm going to just put that out. So it goes hi, and it's going to merge in the person's first name. So if it's Janet or Bill or Tom, it's going to pull in their first name. And then I'll go comma, and then you put your message. Merry Christmas. And as you're in here, you can actually copy and paste emojis. Now, you can't pull emoji in from here. It doesn't allow you to pull an emoji in from here. But if you go to your system, I'm just going to pop mine. I'm just going to go to my text message here really quick.
You can do, I think it's on Mac, it's Command Control Spacebar to pull up.
I don't know if we can do that in here.
Might be able to give it a try.
What was it? Command
Control Spacebar on Mac.
Yeah, it doesn't work on here.
Oh, it doesn't work on that one for you? That's too bad.
No, these do not work.
Oh, you're on your Windows anyway. On the Mac side, it might work up.
Yeah.
It's the thing. The emojis is dependent on the operating system, but you can copy and paste them if you see them somewhere else. You can paste it in there. Or you can go to ChatGPT and ask it to help you write a subject line with emojis and then copy and paste that in too. It's another tip you can use if you want to need help.
If I want to use
catchy subject line.
Here, I'm going to use this cool one here. So there's with sunglasses,
with glasses.
So
whatever. There you go.
Yeah, copy. Yeah. Go into any place you can do your emoji, and then you can pop it in there. It'll work.
Yeah, copy and paste it if you're in Word or wherever. Just copy and paste the text right into the subject line.
So now you've got the name of the email that's going out. You've got the subject line all set up. Now, for those of you who have the basic AMA that just natively comes with ACT. You won't be able to do what I'm going to show you here, but for me, because I've got a paid one, I can actually go into my Corelogix unsubscribe list. That's another video. We'll deal with that in the future, but I can have my own personal unsubscribe. So when I click on unsubscribe, if they do, it'll say, "Oh, are you sure you want to? This is the list of the things that you can subscribe to on our email list," that sort of stuff. But I'm going to change it to that because I can and have the paid version to do that. So then I go update. Now I'm ready to go. By the way, don't ever delete this stuff down at the bottom where it says your company address, and click to unsubscribe. It won't send it out if you don't have that in there. And I know some people delete that out and then they get errors and it won't send out the email. This needs to be in there. It's just making sure that you're compliant as you're sending out an email blast, and it frames it that it's not spam. Even though you may spam, it can come back at you and bite you in the butt. All right, so once I've done that, I'll just press save one more time. Now, this is really crucial. Once you've got it all set up, you've got your subject line, the name, it's ready to go. Send a test to yourself. So you put in, you can put in more than one email address. Put in several email addresses and then go send test. When you get this, and you can check to make sure everything's lined up, everything's looking good. Now you're ready to actually pull the trigger. Sounds like a lot of steps. It's not. Once you get used to doing it, you can whistle through it pretty quick. But it's a really good best practice to go in and send a test to yourself. There's nothing worse than sending it out and then somebody catches a spelling mistake and goes, "Oh crap, it's already gone out." So if you do it this way, you get a few more eyeballs on it. And if there is any issues with regards to a typo or that sort of stuff, you're all good to go. Okay, once you've done that, then we're going to go just return. We've saved it. We're going to go return. We've done our test. We're happy with it. Then what we're going to do is go into this one here where you've got the start, end, and then the message that's going out. You're going to go in here and go to activate. And then you're going to get this. If you get this green check mark, it says, "Hey, everything is looking good." And then you can pull the trigger. Just press activate and it's done. It's going to send it out. I'm not going to send it out, but that's what you would do. Any questions on that, Jared? Any comments?
No, no, just some positive feedback, some positive questions for. It's always good information. A lot of this stuff is a little bit of a learning curve, but once you get it down, it's something you can do fairly quickly. Um, but yeah, I think in the new year, I would like to do a whole new ACT marketing automation series just for helpful tips. It'll just take
Yeah.
some time to organize it. I just haven't had time this year, but that might
Yeah.
be something just because there is a lot of different steps and a lot of different things you can do with AMA. But um, yeah, it's good to have a little bit of a walkthrough to help you. So
Yeah.
that's
And
something I plan to do.
Jared does all of our e-marketing stuff
Yeah.
now. He's all good to go. Okay, so I'm going to show you now. If you want a template, hey, Christmas is coming up. I don't have the time to build a template. I'm going to show you some templates that we've done. Use them, not use them, totally up to you. I'm going to show you the templates first, and I'm going to show you how to import the templates so you can
Mm.
pull them in. So they would actually come as an email, and what you would do is you would actually save that attachment. They're called a JSON file, so there'd be a name.json,
Mm.
JOSN, I think it is. Yeah, JOSN. And then you would just save that to a particular spot, and then you can import it from there. So
Mhm.
I'm going to show you the 3 templates. So the first one is this, and you can have all 3 if you want. Totally up to
Yeah.
you.
It's up to you, free of charge from us. Like just if you want to use it and this will help you out, we'll send it to you.
So this is the first one. This is template number 1. And basically, it's got a Christmas tree. You go and put in whatever you want, holiday hours. You can put a video on. If you don't, anything that you don't want, just click on it and then you can delete it. If you
Mhm.
want to move it, grab the little arrows, move it around, but you can move this template. We've built these images up at the top so that it's got rounded
Just a
corners, a little
yeah,
snowman at
fancy
the
it up.
bottom. You can put your logo in here, whatever you want to do. That's the first one. Second one, Jared was kind enough to do a GIF on this
Just a
one.
quick one. Yeah.
Yeah,
But something just to spice it up.
yeah, a little bit of action. So in this one, when it comes in, it's going to go Merry Christmas, and then it's going to do a slider, and then go Happy Holidays. I kind of like this one. I like the animation now. I'm getting used to it, and it kind of
Yeah.
makes it nice. Captures
Just a
the
little
attention.
something.
So this is one you could use, very similar to the other one. Got the logo on that. There's just a different header in there
Mhm.
that actually runs. And then there's one more here. Um, if you want to do a religious one, kind of in theme for Christmas, here's one that you could use as well. I don't think this one doesn't have an animation, but this one just says Merry Christmas. It's got kind of the 3 wise men and the birth of the
Mhm.
Savior Jesus Christ. So again, if you're religiously inclined, want to send out a religious one,
Or
yeah,
yeah,
there's
if
a
you're Jewish or whatever, if you have something you want to do to your client base that's more, one type of religion that's you can customize it, which is kind of fun, just
Yep.
something a little more personal, right?
Yeah. So you've got 3 templates. Now, how would you put do these templates? So I'm going to take this one that I already created. I'm going to open this up, and you have to create a template. So you can create just a blank one, a blank template, and then go from there. So you can just go new template, and then create your template. But in this case, I've taken this template. Then what you're going to do once you've created the template, and I've got a video that actually walks through this, and we'll set that up for you as well, so you can actually a little more detailed steps on it. Because I don't have a JSON file here to actually import. But what you would do is you would actually pull up a different one, or let's just do a new, and then you show you exactly how this works. So I'm going to go new template, and I'm going to do a blank, drag and drop, press OK, give it a name. ZZZ test 2.
I'll do a short plug while you're plugging that in. So we're having our Black Friday sale ends today. If anybody has been looking at any of our add-ons and they want to purchase one, they're 50% off, and this is the last day that they're 50% off. You just go to our website, go to the add-ons, type in the code thanks 2024 in lowercase, and you'll get 50% off. Or feel free to give us a call, shoot us an email. But yeah, half off. This is last day of our sale, so just a shameless plug for our sale.
Shameless plug.
Well,
All right.
it is a good sale, but
It
yeah.
is a good sale. All right. So I've created just a blank template. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go import. And this is where you're going to choose the JSON file, JSON. I
Hmm,
think I said JOSN. Anyways, JSON
it's
file.
all good.
And then you just go select, and wherever you've saved that, you're going to actually click on it. I don't have one in here, but you're going to just
Hmm.
click on the JSON file, go open, and it's going to import that template right inside of your system. Give it a name, press save, and then you're good to go and create your campaign and modify your template however you want in the campaign, and you're off to the races. There will be another video just walking you through the exact steps, but it's really that simple. It's just create a template or open an existing one, and then just go import and then upload the JSON file wherever you saved it. And so if you want it, it'll just be an email that gets sent to you with one or all of the files that you want. Just let me know if you want Christmas 1, 2, or 3, or all 3 of them, and we'll send them off to you.
Ooh.
You like that, do you, Jared?
Yeah, no, that was good. I like that animation. That was fun.
A little Christmas magic.
Wow,
Anyways,
yeah, gotta get in the spirit.
that's pretty much it. Any other comments or from the group there, Jared?
No, I don't think so. I think everything was answered. Yeah, the app that I was talking about earlier, Canva, it's not an add-on, unfortunately, so it's something else, and then we just import it as an image and to get the GIF. But other than that, yeah, yeah. Thanks for all the time everybody gave us today. Um, Hopefully, you're not too stressed out this time of year, right? You know, 'cause it seems like everybody's trying to work so they can actually have a vacation. But hopefully, this might help you at least be able to, if you are thinking of doing a newsletter, send one out to your customers and clients, and now they know when your vacation is, for example, or perhaps when you're starting up next year. Wherever you want to convey might be a nice thing to do. So
Yep, yep. And if you're like, we was asking one of our grandkids the other day, I said, "How many sleeps till Christmas?" And he nailed it. Right off the bat. He didn't even have to think about it. Just, it's just
oh
22
really?
days,
Oh,
Grandpa. Oh,
maybe
okay.
that's what you
So,
do when you're
so I
kid.
don't know how many sleeps there is till Christmas, but we'll probably
Yeah.
do a couple more videos before Christmas ends. We got a couple more
Mhm.
weeks,
Okay.
but all the best to everyone. I hope you have had a great day. Hopefully, this information helps.
Mhm.
Again, if you want to get those templates, we're happy to send them off to you. But all the best, and we'll catch you on the next video. Thanks, Jared. Bye, guys.
Thanks, Gary.